Hi and welcome to this new series, Bottom Club to Top Club. In this series we aim to take the club predicted finish bottom of the lowest league in that nation, all the way to becoming winners of the top league. If that sounds interesting to you, please give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to be notified of future episodes. So let's get on with the video. In this series, the chosen club is Albion Rovers. Albion Rovers are a semi-professional side predicted to finish 10th, the lowest in Cinch League 2 in Scotland. We take over initially on a 1-year deal, paid £575 a week, which seems a reasonable wage actually at this level. So we can see from this page, the media prediction is 10th, the lowest in the league. We have no director of football. The club was founded in 1882 and it's got fierce rivals of Airdrie. Apparently we're looking to build on a mid-table finish last season, which isn't shown here, but was 7th. However, the media prediction is 10th. We were in the Scottish Cup at the second round, and we're in the Premier Sports Cup group stage. This cup comes along very quickly in the season, you'll see once we get started. And we play against teams which are much higher in the leagues than us. So that's going to be interesting to see how that comes off. We have the smallest stadium in the league at 1,572 capacity. Okay finances, a transfer budget of just under 6,000, a wage budget of 1,848. I'm sure this transfer budget will go quick, but the wage budget doesn't mean anything yet until we see the squad. Much of their success has come some time ago, 1920s, 1934, 1989, and it's a Scottish 4th tier which they won in 2015. So we'll get a glimpse of the squad. Apparently we have no striker, and we're playing some sort of 4-2-3 without the one. Key player is David Wilson, top earner is David Wilson as well, and hot prospect is Kyle Doherty. Okay, initial expectations are for us to work within the wage budget, finish in the relegation playoff, so not avoid it, just finish in the relegation playoff, that sounds optimistic, reach the third round of the Scottish Cup, simply be competitive in the Premier Sports Cup, the one we spoke about which comes around quick. After which that season my contract expires and the only expectations on the club is that the owner sells it, which also proves ominous for us, as sometimes a new owner comes in and wants to change manager. So this will be interesting. First things first, before we even go to the squad page, we can see that we have a lot of players whose contracts expire on May next season. So they're all on a year contract, which is good and bad, because we may not be able to make as many changes as we would like this season, and it may fall into next season, which puts expectations for this one to really be as competitive as we can and try and avoiding that relegation playoff, which means immediate sacking because I do not have any lower leagues saved than what's in the vanilla game. So you can see we have some, looks like really good players here. So we've got 4.5 star, 4 star, 3.5 star, and it starts to drop down. But we have a lot of potential, which at this level doesn't really mean a lot because unless these players can bring something to the squad, they're taking up some of our wage budget. It doesn't look like a lot, but it all adds up. You're talking maybe a few hundred. Enough to bring in possibly 1 or 2 more players at a decent standard. We'll sort out a tactic once we've had a look at the team. We know the cup expectations. So looking at the squad page, you can see that our top player David Wilson is a midfielder. His natural position is attacking midfielder, but he can also play central midfielder to equal effect. Muzala, advanced playmaker, so he's the creative force in the team. Our next best player is Charlie Riley, who's also a central midfielder. He can play central midfielder attack or deep line playmaker. Muzala, again, he looks like quite a creative force. So we have 2 creative midfielders, one quite young, one a little bit more experienced. We have a good goalkeeper, which can be really important at this sort of level. You can play both as a sweeper keeper and goalkeeper. I am going by the star ratings, so you can take these You can take these as a bit of a rough guide. Aaron Linas is a right back, and he's quite a defensive minded right back. Poor crossing, but he's got decent passing, tackling. Next one is an attacking right midfielder. He likes to play as a winger, getting the crosses. He's not the best at dribbling, but okay I suppose for this league. He has a lot of pace. Albion Speedy is a central defender or a no-nonsense centre-back. Ryan Fagan is also a right-back and a pretty defensive-minded right-back as well. So we have two of them. Byrne is an attacking midfielder left. So we have two wingers in the team already. He has 3-star current ability, 4-star potential. Then we have a whole bunch of players who are 2.5-star but have a lot of potential. These players are relatively worth keeping to see how they develop because they can bring something to the team. The players with 2.5-star current ability and the same potential are potentially players that I'll look to offload. The youngsters who have a lot of potential but less than 2.5-star current ability aren't going to feature in our plans this season, and I'll look to offload these players either through loans or permanent contracts to recoup the wage budget. Initial feeling of that quick review was some sort of formation with wingers, most likely a 4 at the back. We do seem to have the players to be able to fill a 4-2-3-1. Considering we need a striker, this might be a good formation. For me, having seen a squad, I don't think that a Route 1 is where I want to go. We seem to have players who think they're quite creative. I think we'd look to play some sort of fluid counter-attacking. I think that's what we're going to test. We're going to test it 4-2-3-1, fluid counter-attacking. Yeah, we can see from this page that this tactic has got most of our, in fact it's got all of our good players in the squad. You can see from the squad we have plenty of right backs. We don't really have another good centre back or a left back. We could do with more of a fighter in midfield, a left winger and a striker. So I think we've got to target definitely a striker and a defender, and then it'll be a battle between these two. So it depends on how many players we can ship out and how many we can get in. With that quick review of the team and initial tactics set up, our initial plans have been made in preparation for the season to come. If you're looking forward to seeing how we get on, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel below. Remember, hit the notification icon to be notified of future episodes, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.